Every darn day I'm a gardener. This is what I pulled out today. Just a little bit. So there's some flowers, they're all flopping over and they have seeds on them, and that's an area where nothing good grows. So why not throw them back there, right? Almost everything has been identified. Bittersweet is probably the weed of the day, or the new weed of the day. I've been pruning back things that I'm keeping, like this here. I know that I've kind of butchered this side, but I want to have a walking path around it. And then this here was where there were holly bushes, trees, and they were going up to that branch there, and it really helps me focus on just how dead this trunk is. And I'd asked the tree guy to take it down to there, but it was cabled to that, and he said, oh, it's alive, so keep, all right, whatever. He did what he did. I can clearly take the rest of this down myself. But I was wondering if maybe there's some stem cells, and I give a little stab there, maybe see if something comes out. I don't know how to try to get a branch to pop out of the tree, but or to stimulate branch growth. But why not? I'm gonna stab it. So every darn day I'm pulling out more and more Japanese honeysuckle in here. You see, it's not that easy to spot, but I feel like I'm getting better at it. And now almost every time when I find this stuff, I am going all the way down to the root. So here's something that I missed, and I think that, I don't know what this is, but it's some type of vine, right? And it's no good. So well, didn't get it all, but I think that's Amur honeysuckle. I'm not sure, but but I got another path around here because I laid down some stones and stumps from trees that were cut out and stuff like that. So that has been primarily where I spent most of the day here. Now I've been out with my little snippers and snipping off dead stuff everywhere I can find it on all these trees. And boy, it's like I said, never thought I'd be a gardener, but it appears that's what I am these days. So that's a project. And these are the clematis. Some of it died, so what? There's another one over here and another one over there. So I'm putting in these stakes, and I think there's bittersweet back here, maybe some other things like that. Might be a little rose. It's probably not sunny enough here for roses, but the fish mint has really made it all the way out here, and I really don't want it here. So and most of it is snapping like that, so I'm probably not getting rid of it. But I guess, like the lesser celandine, I better not let it flower and proliferate. That really probably isn't going to help anything. There's a runner there, so that's interesting to see. That's how that one went. But yeah, there's fish mint over here, and little things that I can envision maybe transplanting somewhere else and just letting them grow. But I think I've learned my lesson with letting little holly saplings grow, and I should really pull these things out instead of letting them grow. And there's some bittersweet right next to it, I think. So I'm learning here that we don't want any of that. We don't want that. And that's how I'm spending my friggin' day and days doing this stuff kind of over and over again. And I really think that I want to open up the walkways. Like there's a brick walkway under here that I really should weed whack through. I pulled fish mint out of here this morning, first thing in the morning, and got distracted and missed my 8 a.m. call. There's some of the fish mint that I pulled out. Pulled out the fish mint the other day around this azalea. And doing lots of
this on these dead holly trees here. Not totally dead, or, well, doing a bunch of this on all the dead I can find. I see that this one somehow seems to have gotten tangled up, probably after I did my cutting, but these are all twisted up and really need to be cut back hard at the right time of year. Now, I don't want to cut them back the wrong time of year, because I don't want to do anything worse to them than what they're doing to themselves. So over here I trimmed this tree and separated it from the hollies, so you can see, I guess there's a little trimming hanging there that I didn't get out. And that was yesterday. And again, snipping all around here. Haven't done much of anything in the Liriope, but I have finally determined that that elm tree, which ironically the landscape guy didn't think was an elm, thought it was something else, but you know, at least now I know that these are elm saplings that are pretty much all over the place. And if you get them, you know, when they're young, they come out pretty easily, but you know, once they take root or you snip them, and they're a real hassle. So you see, but yeah, they're all over the place. So I haven't gotten into that today, but well, I guess I just started. And I imagine that could go on forever. So here I am tossing stuff out into the sidewalk, and you know, picking through here, mashing down the stuff, and then lifting it back up. Threw some of the flowers there in case, who knows, maybe they'll bloom and do something there, but I've yet to pull this stuff all back up after mashing it down. Yeah, it's freaking project. So I gotta clean up all that stuff. I don't know if those grasses are a bad thing there or not. I really don't know. And then this is a rose that I strapped up the other day. This is another pile of junk. Over here I decided to cut the holly out that was growing in here, and I think I ended up having to cut it. Looks like there's another one there. Guess I ought to get that one too. I don't know if I can pull it out and prick her myself, but there's another elm in there. Oh yeah, that's, I guess I didn't get it. Yeah, here's another elm, and that one's been cut, so I'm not even going to bother trying to pull it out because I know it's going to be difficult. So there is over in here, which is really my neighbor's property, but he said that the guy I bought it from used to take care of it, but there's that, I think that's bittersweet there that's growing, and when I pull that, it just kind of snaps off at ground level, so it's difficult, but you can see it's in there. And then I think this stuff here is Canada goldenrod, and some more bittersweet, and apparently this stuff over here is American bittersweet, whereas the bittersweet I'm finding in other parts of the yard is Oriental bittersweet, which is apparently worse. Anyway, I'm trying to get rid of pretty much all the vines, and the lilies are popping. Over here I realized that letting those flowers just die here creates a mat of stuff, and then I can see how insects are making their homes underneath that mat that gets created. So I learned that I guess I really shouldn't let this stuff here sit, because it really, I mean, it's neat the way when I pull it up it actually pulls all the leaves with it, but I don't think it's good to leave it there. It creates a mat that really just stops everything else from growing, I think. Creates a mud patch underneath it. something like that maybe. This here has been another area of ant infestation, so I put some taro on it. Apparently that taro does not go bad when it turns brown. It turns brown but still works. This here was like running into the car, so I started trimming it, and now I've got some death on here that, you know, don't really want to have the brown and the death, so that's more trimming to do. Over here, the globe thistle hasn't popped yet. I mean, the balls are showing up. That's junk. Still want to do the hostas there. This is pots of, I don't know what that is, but I think it's a hydrangea or something like that. Maybe, since that's living outside, maybe I ought to throw that in the ground somewhere. This here is an area where I don't want to have anything growing on that side of that wood there, but it seems like that's where stuff likes to grow the most. And also the hostas are dying from too much sun, so I think I should really get them somewhere else where they get more water and less sun. So it's probably time to dig this up and move it again. And so moving on, don't know what that is, but it's fine, don't need to deal with it as far as I can tell. This stuff has gotten a trim this year. Most of the flowers are gone. I need to learn when best to trim that. Nothing great going on over there. Too much of that. Darn, I keep on forgetting. Hardy something wort over there. Nothing really popping over here, but I've been doing a lot of pulling weeds and getting rid of stuff that we don't want. And worried a little bit more about poison ivy around here than before, because I did find some in the raised bed garden, but prickers. But in any case, yeah, anytime I see something with 3 leaves, I'm like, now that I've found poison ivy in the back of the yard. That clematis is out of control. Not really loving the carpet ball table here. We had a flood the other day that I think probably exceeded the level of those bricks, and probably sent water into my neighbor's yard. You can see how high the water got right along the slate there. That's probably something I need to pull out there. That's a big old mess now, right? Thank goodness that's easy. Throw that into the lawn, so when I mow the lawn, it gets sucked up. And the work goes on and on and on. I think that's amber honeysuckle. I better just get that right now and forget about giving the rest of the tour, including the, what do you call that stuff up there, Rose of Sharon. I'm about done with that stuff, man. It looks like there's some over here, and yeah, I'm about done with that. I think this is black cherry. I'm not sure if it's a pretty bad spot for a cherry tree to be growing right on the slate there. And anyway, let's get this honeysuckle.